Have you ever felt like you've hit rock bottom? Like the entire world is on your shoulders and you just don't have the strength to take one more step? I have. And tonight I want to talk about the night I almost gave up. Not to bring you down, but to share a story of hope. A story that I hope can be a lifeline if you're ever feeling lost in the dark. It was a Tuesday. I remember that because Tuesdays are usually so normal, but this one was different. Everything that could go wrong did. A project I'd poured my heart and soul into 4 months was rejected. A close friendship fractured over a misunderstanding. And to top it all off, a pile of bills on my desk seemed to mock me, a stark reminder of my financial struggles. Each one felt like a separate wave, and together they created a perfect storm that just broke me. As the sun went down, the darkness outside felt like it was seeping into my apartment, into my very being. The silence was deafening, amplifying every negative thought, every fear, every failure. I sat there on my couch, staring at the wall, feeling completely numb. It was a terrifying kind of emptiness, where you don't even have the energy to cry. The thought crept in, quiet at first, then louder. What's the point? Maybe it's time to just stop. Stop trying. Stop fighting. Stop everything. It felt like an easy way out, a release from all the pressure. The idea of giving up was almost comforting. I scrolled through my phone, not really looking for anything, just trying to distract myself. I saw pictures of friends celebrating wins, traveling, living what looked like perfect lives, and it just made me feel worse. The comparison trap is so real, isn't it? It made my own failures feel even bigger, my own world even smaller. I felt so incredibly alone, like I was the only person on the planet drowning while everyone else was sailing by. I closed my eyes and let the weight of it all press down on me. I replayed every mistake, every wrong turn, every disappointment. My inner critic was having a field day, telling me I wasn't good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. And in that moment, I believed it. The idea of waking up the next day to face it all again felt impossible. The thought of surrender was no longer a whisper. It was a scream. I was so close, so dangerously close, to just letting go. But then something happened. In that moment of utter despair, my phone buzzed. It was a simple text message from my sister. It just said, "Hey, thinking of you. Remember that silly song we used to sing when we were kids?" It just popped into my head. And she attached a link to the song. It was so random, so out of the blue, but it was like a tiny flicker of light in a vast, suffocating darkness. That one small message broke the spell. It was a lifeline thrown to me when I didn't even know I was screaming for help. It reminded me that I wasn't completely alone. Someone, somewhere, was thinking of me. It sounds so simple, but it was everything. It was a connection to a time before all this pressure, a time of innocent joy. I clicked the link and listened to that ridiculous, off-key song from our childhood, and for the first time that night, a tiny smile touched my lips. It wasn't a fix. It didn't solve my problems, but it was a crack in the armor of my despair. That small crack was enough. It let in a little bit of air, a little bit of perspective. I started to think, not about the mountain of problems, but about that one little text, about my sister, about the people in my life who, even if they didn't know the depth of my struggle, still cared. I realized that giving up wouldn't just be an escape for me. It would be a source of immense pain for them, and that was a pain I couldn't bear to cause. So I did something I hadn't done all night. I got up, I walked to the kitchen, and made myself a cup of tea. The simple act of doing something, anything, felt like a victory. As I held the warm mug, I made a promise to myself. Not that I would solve everything overnight, but that I would just make it through the night. Just that one night. That was my new goal. Not to conquer the world, just to see the sunrise. And I did. The next morning, the sun came up. The problems were still there. The rejected project was still rejected. The bills were still on my desk. But something inside me had shifted. The world looked a little less bleak. I didn't feel strong or victorious, but I felt present. I had survived the night, and if I could survive that night, maybe I could survive the next day. And then the day after that, that night taught me the most important lesson of my life. You do have to have all the answers. You don't have to be strong all the time. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just hold on, just get through the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next night. And it taught me the profound power of connection. That one small act of reaching out can literally save a life. So why am I sharing this? Because I know someone watching this right now might be in that dark place. You might feel like you're at the end of your rope. If that's you, please hear me. You are not alone. What you're feeling is real, but it is not permanent. It feels like it will last forever, but it won't. Storms pass. Please reach out. It can be to a friend, a family member, a professional. You don't have to carry this weight by yourself. And if you're on the other side, if you're the one who is doing okay right now, send that text, makey, that call. A simple thinking of you can be the flicker of light someone desperately needs. You might never know the impact you're having. My life didn't magically get better the next day. It was a slow, difficult climb out of that hole, but that night was the turning point. It was the night I chose to stay, and I am so grateful that I did, because on the other side of that darkness, there was so much more life to live, so much more joy to experience, and so many more sunrises to see. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know there are resources available. You can call or text 988 in the US and Canada, or call 111 in the UK to connect with trained counselors. These services are free, confidential, and available 24/7. Your story isn't over. Please just hold on for one more sunrise. Thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves and each other.